Okay, we move back to the line, and there is only one driver left, and that driver does not need an introduction. It is arguably the best drifter in the world, representing Ireland. It is Mr. James Deane in his S14.9 2JZ 900 brake horsepower. New livery for this season out here in OIDC, and look at this from the machine. Absolutely pinpoint accuracy as he puts the back wheel right on the line. Front bumper exactly where he wants to be. James and his spotter are asking a lot of questions in the driver's briefing today just to make sure they knew every bit of information the judges want. Running the spoiler along the wall through his own smoke. This is going to be a high scoring run from James Deane as he comes around for the last time, out to the wall and over the finish line. And last but not least, it is James the Machine Deane. Three-time OIDC champion representing Ireland, a 94.3 in his first run. What can he do to improve on that? Throws it in on huge angle, does James, putting the back wheel right on that outer line. That S14.9 looking absolutely amazing in its new livery. So we see James now smoking the Oman International Drift Arena out of it here as he comes through, out to the wall, brings the back of that car right to the wall. Pinpoint accuracy on the transition and also full throttle, no lift whatsoever. The commitment that takes and the skill, but we would not expect anything less from a driver of the... We're nearly ready to get our first battle underway, and trust me, it's only going to get better from here. The standard of driving this morning was absolutely insane, but it's going to be interesting to see how Robert Babagouche is going to do against James Deane, as we see James tearing down the straight, throwing it in nice and wide, and Robert is right there with him, maybe not as deep in the first zone as the judges would like to see, but he is not getting left behind, making a huge dive on the machine James Deane. But James is starting to put foot to floor now, scraping a small bit of the gap as they come up to the wall. James bringing that S14.9 right out to the wall, carrying huge angle on that transition there. Nearly caught Robert as well as we see them come around up to the wall for the last time, and it's to get the signal from our tower. He does. Thumbs up for both drivers, presses the traffic lights, and away they go. Second half of this first battle. Oh, Robert clipping some cones there, 3 cones down. James Deane's tucking in nice behind him. So we see Robert running a bit wide, doing very well not to hit the wall, and James doing very well with the overtake not to hit Robert. This lap just getting all wrong from the start there. Maybe Robert just a small bit eager, knowing he had a mountain to climb while battling James Deane, so he threw absolutely everything at it. But look at James doing the second lead line here. Absolutely flawless again, nearly a mirror of the first half of this battle. So yeah, I can nearly make a bold prediction on who got the concentration in the eyes of James Deane as he sits on the start line there. Same with Turbo, dead focus, both guys looking straight forward at that marshal. Thumb up from Turbo, thumb up from James. The light is set, it goes green, and away we go. Our top 16 is underway, and this is it. James Deane, Benedictus Turbo throwing it in. Look at this from the machine. Lovely initiation, but Turbo is right there with him, sticking on the side of that S14.9 as the transition for the first time through the inner clip. James Deane's on a lovely lead line, but look at Turbo. He's right there with him, saying, James, you are not getting away from me, as they transition now for the last time, heading up to our zone 2. Little bit of proximity in James's favour. James taking that last transition, full tilt, but look at Turbo touching the back of that car. Goes green, and away they go. Benedictus Turbo to lead James Deane to chase. See Turbo now flicking in, huge angle from Turbo, but look at James Deane, he's right there with him, tucked in right beside that BMW Eurofighter as they transition for the first time. How did James Deane not make contact? Benedictus Turbo is on a phenomenal lead line, absolutely hugging that outer line through zone 2 as they come up now for the last transition. Full commitment from both guys as we see Turbo putting foot to floor, but James Deane is right there with him, pushing him over the finish line. Wow. So a nervous way from both guys, and the winner is James Deane. James Deane gets the win. This championship, James and you revealing it the other day, and it looks absolutely stunning. It does. Really liking the colours on James's car, but we're not here for a car show, we're here for a battle, and here we go. It's James Deane versus Nazar Harbali. Both guys coming down like a bow of hell as James throws it in a massive angle. James Deane knows how fast Nazar is, so he has to put foot to floor to try and get away from him. Nazar is doing absolutely anything he can to stick with the machine as they transition for the first time, lining up for outer zone 2. James doing a lovely job now, hugging that outer line all the way around, flicking out to the wall, full tilt transition, but Nazar is right there with him as they come through the last corner, filling the last outer zone, and James brings it out to the wall and over the line. Okay, lights go green and away they go. Nazar lead, James Deane to chase. Both cars coming down. Look at the bangs coming out of the bottom of Nazar's car. Nearly did a bunny hop, he banged that much. Nazar though going wide, dropping a wheel. The machine doing very well to just sit there, wait for him to come back on, now make his dive, start to reel them in as they come through. There's the fire igniting again. I don't know if this is cool or on fire, but Nazar is not letting up. Look at the size of the flames out the back of this. James Deane's that close, he's going to melt his own car, destroying his new wrap as they come around the corner for the last time. That 180 SX is fully on fire. Oh my, what? And your winner is James Deane. James the Machine Deane moves his way into the final 4 from two good friends on the track. 2 thumbs up to the start line, Marshall. The lights go green and away they go. James to lead, Clint to chase. Clint knows James is fast, so he's going to have to commit right from the start. Look at the angle from James, but look at Clint throwing it absolutely backwards, sticking it on that S14.9 of James Deane as they transition. Now Clint makes a dive through the smoke. James putting foot to floor, trying to get some sort of proximity, which he does. Clint has to cut the track a small bit there now, but James is pulling a bit of a gap as we see James transition for the last time out wide. Clint unfortunately not having an answer for James Deane as they come over the finish line. The tower gives a signal to the start line. 2 thumbs up from the drivers. Lights go green and away they go. Clint to lead, James to chase. As we see Clint throwing it in hard, but look at James Deane right there with him. Clint Van Hout on a beautiful wide line through that first zone, but James is right there with him now as he transitions through the smoke, tucking in nice beside Clint as they come around now to outer zone 2. Clint on the front brakes, holding that car on the perfect line as they come out towards the wall. James is right there with him though. It's looking like Clint isn't able to shake off James as they transition for the last time. Look at Clint Van Hout's lead line though, absolutely putting it on, but James Deane's that close. James Deane the lead, Juha Rinton in the chase. Here we go, the final. Watch both cars coming tearing down the straight, maximum angle from the 2 of them. Juha right there with James. James on a perfect lead line. I don't know how the judges are going to separate them. Oh, Juha catching the cone on the inside there, maybe dropping one wheel. James getting a small bit of proximity, but Juha took it right back in there. We can't even see them come up to the wall because of the smoke of their previous run through. James Deane now on a perfect lead line, but Juha Rintanen is still there. Well, we don't have long to wait because the light is green, and here they go. The Muscat Arena is about to explode to this one as we have Juha Rintanen leading and James Deane throwing it in for the final OIDC 2024 Season 6 Round 1, and look at this, an absolute masterclass from both drivers. The European drivers are putting it big tonight. Finland and Ireland been strongly represented in this final. Look at Juha, but James Deane is right there with him. Juha cannot shake off the machine. James nearly touching him coming around the last corner.
Okay. James Deane! Second place, ladies and gentlemen, Ultra! John Matthews in the second place, congratulations.